When I first arrived in the U.S., I was filled with excitement and hope. But soon, I realized that living here was very different from what I had imagined. Even though I had learned English in school, real-life English was a completely new experience. People spoke fast, used slang, and sometimes I could not understand a single word. This made me feel nervous and confused. I often stayed quiet because I was afraid of making mistakes or sounding silly. I wanted to fit in and make friends. But my limited English held me back. I felt invisible and lonely in many situations. Simple things like ordering food or asking for help became challenges. Living in the U.S. taught me an important lesson. English is not just about grammar or vocabulary you learn from books. It is about communication, culture, and daily life. I had to change my mindset from learning English perfectly to using English to connect with people. This realization was the first step on my journey. Even though it was difficult, I decided to keep trying. I knew that if I gave up, I would stay silent forever. So, I chose to face my fears and look for ways to improve my English every day. One of the biggest lessons I learned was that English is all around us. In everyday life, I started paying attention to the language I heard on the streets, in stores, on TV shows, and on the radio. I noticed that people used many expressions and slang words that were never taught in my English classes. To improve, I watched American TV shows with subtitles. This helped me connect the spoken words to their meanings. I also listened to the radio while doing chores and read signs and menus when I was out. These small actions helped me learn new words and phrases naturally. At first, I made many mistakes. But I realized that mistakes are part of learning. People were kind and patient, often correcting me gently or encouraging me. This made me feel more comfortable trying to speak. Everyday life became my English classroom. Even small moments like ordering coffee or asking for directions became valuable practice. Over time, these small moments built my confidence and improved my speaking skills. The key was to be curious and open. Instead of worrying about being perfect, I focused on understanding and using English in real situations. This helped me make steady progress and enjoy learning. I quickly realized that learning English wasn't only about words or grammar. It was also about culture. Understanding American culture helped me understand the language better. For example, I learned that greetings like, "How are you?" are often just polite ways to say hello, not real questions about health. Knowing this helped me respond naturally without feeling confused. I also discovered common sayings, jokes, and holiday traditions that people talked about. When I understood these cultural references, I could join conversations and feel included. Politeness was another important cultural aspect. Americans use phrases like, please, thank you, and excuse me frequently. And knowing how to use these made me feel more respectful and welcomed. This cultural knowledge made a big difference. It helped me feel less like an outsider and more like a part of the community. I started to understand not only what people said but why they said it. Language and culture are connected. To speak English confidently, I needed to learn about the people and their way of life, not just the words. Making friends was one of the best parts of living in the US. It changed my English learning journey completely. At first, I was shy and hesitant. But I joined local community groups and attended events where I could meet people. Talking with others in real situations helped me practice English naturally. My new friends were kind and patient. They helped me correct mistakes gently and taught me new words and expressions. We shared stories, laughed, and learned together. With every conversation, I grew more confident. I started asking questions, sharing my ideas, and even telling jokes. Speaking English became less scary and more enjoyable. These friendships motivated me to keep improving. I wanted to belong and be part of the community. And speaking English was the key. Having people to talk with made all the difference. It gave me support, practice, and encouragement. I learned that language is about connection. Living in the US taught me many valuable lessons about learning English. If you live abroad and want to improve, here is my advice. First, use every chance to practice English. Listen carefully. Speak often. Read signs. And write when you can. Every little bit counts. Second, don't be afraid of making mistakes. Mistakes are normal and important for learning. People will appreciate your effort. Third, learn about the culture. Understanding the customs. Greetings. And traditions will help you use English naturally. Fourth, find friends or groups where you can practice speaking. Real conversations build confidence and help you learn faster. Lastly, be patient and persistent. Learning a language is a long journey. But every step forward is progress. Living in a country where English is spoken is a great opportunity. Make the most of it by practicing, connecting, and never giving up. Vocabulary highlights. Excited. Feeling very happy and enthusiastic. Slang. Informal language used in everyday speech. Invisible. Not noticed or seen by others. Mindset. The way you think about something. Subtitles. Words shown on a screen to explain speech. Expressions. Common phrases or ways to say things. Politeness. Showing respect and kindness in behavior. Community. A group of people living or sharing interests together. Hesitant, unsure, or slow to act. Persistent. Continuing firmly despite difficulties.